Hello there and welcome to Finland. If you haven't been here before, my name is Hector and we just bought this small cute farm here in almost in the middle of nowhere here in central Finland. And in this video we are finally gonna go through the whole plot here to look for the buildings which are here in the yard and to hear some plans what we have and some changes what we have already done during the last couple of weeks which we have been living here. If you want to know why did we move from Austria to Finland and how was our searching process and why did we buy exactly this farm, then look this video. And otherwise it's quite warm here, so I would say let's get started. So at first we wanted to have an own road with a dead end, and that is what we got. And Stefan was actually wishing for grass growing in the middle of the street, and even that wish got fulfilled. We have only 2 hectares land, meaning 4.9 acres, and it's a good start. The farm originally had 30 hectares or something like that, and we would like to buy at some point more land, but it's not yet that urgent. Before that there are some more important things to solve and to make. And here you see the borders of our plot. It's a really nice corner which borders to the lake and to the stream. A farmer nearby has been farming these our fields, but next year we would like to do it by ourselves, not farming anything, but we need the land for a bigger garden, for a potato field, and maybe some hay for some animals. Let's see. We are not yet quite sure where do we want to have our garden, because there is now the greenhouse and the stone garden. Maybe here somewhere. But now let's start with the buildings. And at first, the worst one, the stable. It looks really pretty here from the front side. It sits very good here in the yard. But like I showed you in a previous video, when we go behind it, you see it. So this stable cannot be saved anymore. It's really pity because it was a really beautiful stable and a big one. It would have been a huge help for us with the animals and the stuff, but no can do. And in the stable you can see everywhere the damages. And these problems are unfortunately not that rare in Finland in the stables, because when the stables are standing cold after there are no animals anymore, and then the roof is leaking and then the water gets there and it freezes and melts again, well, that's what happens then. And this stable was built after the war, where it probably wasn't that good bricks to have. However, it is what it is. And then, what's next? If we go there, Laita or Rihi. So I showed you this one also already before. The old part of it, it's still quite good. It stands good and has no damages, except the roof. The roof has to be repaired as soon as possible. But this new part, this is a big disaster, and it's quite not direct, and it has sunken in the ground. We already lifted it up a bit so that it's not that bad anymore, but still it's still very broke. But here in the first one is just wood this probably as a food shelter. And then if we go through this jungle, everything is quite overgrown since it has been years. Last time somebody was doing here bigger things. However, this is the old part of this rihi or aita. Here the farmers used to dry their hay and other stuff. And I don't know, in some places also the service workers were sleeping here. I don't think that it was happening here. However, now we can look what's inside of the rooms. The first one, I think here's also just stuff. And the second one, I think here was some kind of summer bedroom. Yes, right. Here you can also sleep in the summer. And then there is the upper floor. Let's see what's there. Are the stairs? The other room is quite dark, but here you can see the bigger room. And here are quite many treasures, but lots of garbage as well. I don't know which year this was built, but the logs still look really nice. Then there's the stable. Here's the house, which I'm gonna show you in a later video sometime when we get a bit more ready with it. We have been spending so much time outside doing outside stuff that the house is still not ready yet. But where should we go next? Should we go to the sauna? And that is our sauna house, and where our bathroom also is, because the old log houses didn't have any bathrooms or saunas or whatsoever. But in the late 70s, 80s, the people wanted to get some water also in the house, but because the old log houses, they don't necessarily like the water and all that steam what's coming from the hot water, many people built an extra house for bathroom and sauna, and that was a really nice plus here, because we already also saw houses where the bathroom was in the middle of the house in the upper floor, and that was a bit well, I didn't like it a lot, because you never know how the old wooden house is behaving when there is water in it. So we have a small bathroom, or it's not that small, even not that small, but we have a bathroom with a shower also in the house. It's also a bit extra, maybe, but we don't use it except for as toilet. And then there is the new well. It's from the last year, because here in the area there wasn't enough water. So let's hope that this well works a bit longer than just a couple of years. And then there is, that one is a bath tube. It hasn't been used since many years anymore, but we were thinking that maybe when it's getting colder and you can't swim in the sea, in the lake anymore, and it's getting dark, and maybe you can watch the stars and so on, then it's maybe nice. But the Finns use it also in the summer, but that's not so our thing. And because the well was built last year, it's not that pretty here yet. We would like to have grass here everywhere. And then when we go here down, we come to the garden and to our new chicken place. Not quite ready yet, but some strawberries. Then there's the stone garden and the greenhouse. The stone garden needs a lot of love, but we have been that busy that there is only some peas and some carrots and I don't know. And then we can continue walking around the house. And then we end up to the back terrace. It's nice view. Like I said, there's a lot to do here in the garden. We have started already some smaller things, but there is just so much that's overgrowing, but we don't need necessarily like these sirens. And here Stefan already cut some trees away because they were quite big already, and the same is going to happen with this one as well. We were thinking that this would be a really nice place for a summer kitchen and eating place. Here you have a really nice view to the lake, and it's not that far away from the grill house. And then, how about going to the lake? So, some of you may have been wondering what is this thing in the middle of the field, and it's a resting place because at the end the landlord was quite sick and tired and so on, but he still wanted to go to the lake, so they decided to build this kind of resting place in the middle of the street so that he can still walk from the house to the lake and back again. And now we are finally getting to the end of our trip. That's our beach sauna and our small beach. It's also a real jungle, but doesn't matter. So there's our grill place. And this sauna is actually not a normal sauna, it's a smoke sauna, which means there is no chimney, but the smoke is let outside through that hole. And at some point up here needs to be renovated as well, but not yet. Whew. I had to come inside because it's so hot outside. So now I'm in the sauna chamber of our smoke sauna. Here it's nice and chilly here. However, I hope I showed you now everything. There are quite a few buildings and a lot to do, but we are really happy about it. We are quite motivated, and we are still thinking that the days are just way too short because you would like to do everything the whole day long.
However, we don't really have a list about what are we doing in which order. We do have a list which things are really urgent and which are not that urgent, which can wait. At the moment, the most important thing is, of course, the chicken coop, which Stefan is making, because we found the chickens and we are getting them as soon as home for them is ready. That makes us really happy to get the first animals. Of course, there's the dog and 2 cats, but they really don't bring anything, except the cats have really surprised us, because they are like 16 years old or something like that, but they get really many mice, and that's of course a good thing. And I hope you liked the video, and if you got some questions or maybe some tips, if you saw something and you think that, hey, I need to tell her that, please do that. We need all the tips we can get. And otherwise, I would say we will see us in the next video again. If you have some wishes, just write me a comment. Otherwise, have a nice weekend. Bye bye.